Morning, y'all. Nash and Joe here with the Tampa Drain Dudes. Today we are in Wesley Chapel. We got a pretty easy downspout redirection we're doing. Pretty straightforward, but we'll go ahead and show you guys some time lapses, give some information, maybe something that'll help if you're doing this project yourself or if you're another contractor and you are getting into this business as well. Today's project, Joe's going ahead, getting started. All we're doing is connecting these downspouts down the side of this home into one line, running it straight down to the street and out to a pop-up emitter. That way we're not flooding the neighbor's yard or getting any mushy, soggy grass here on the side of the yard that's going to kill the grass. Back here is decent. We've got okay slope. It's pretty solid, but as we move forward, you can hear it. Get squishier and squishier. This water is just sitting here. Mowers can't get in and mow. It's gonna start killing the grass. Also, it's sitting right between these foundations. It's gonna end up causing a sink in between the two one day. And we don't want any cracking stucco on a brand new home. We're gonna show you how to get it fixed. First thing we're doing here is going down the line. We're just taking a regular shovel and we're chopping the sod. One side and the other side. We're gonna slice it up and then we'll pull that sod off and remove it. That way the customer does not have to resod the yard once we are done. Always watch out for sprinkler lines, electrical. This is a new build. We pretty much know where everything is and the sprinklers run right down this mulch bed. So we don't have to worry about that. Pretty easy dig today. Y'all, first part of this section is laid underground. Good to go. We're moving on. You can see we put the dirt back on, the sod back on. We like to break up the sod a little bit, but not too much. We don't want to compress completely back down because when it rains, it's going to break down that dirt more and then you're going to have a sink spot. So we like to build it just a little bit higher than the normal sod level. That way over time, when it does break down, it sits even with the rest of the yard. Joe's moved on down. He's chopping the next line of sod. We'll keep this thing rolling. All right, we got two little stopping points here to reach on. Downspout and a catch basin. The way we tie these in, downspout directly gets tied in, tees in with a snap fitting tee. Just goes right there. And we always tie in AC drip lines. Highly recommend doing it if you're doing this yourself or if you're having a contractor coming out installing these. In Florida, these will drip all day. Today is nice and cool. It's actually freezing cold here. It's like 86 and it's still running. This will cause a lot of issues, a lot of water sitting in your yard if it does not have a place to go. So we take a catch basin, we'll drop it directly underneath here and we'll tee it in just like anything else, like our downspouts. And we'll continue down this way. Well, I lied. I turned around and Joe found another stopping point. Pipes, irrigation lines. Can either go over or under. This one we're probably gonna have to go under because we do not have enough room to get the pipe over and not have the sod sitting up super high. So,
I mean, it's just gonna be deep.
More digging. More digging. All right, while Joe's doing the hard work, getting his hands dirty and getting that dugout underneath, I'd figure I'd take this minute and go ahead and tell you guys why you might be experiencing these waterlogged issues here in the yard, why it's so squishy and why the water sits here a couple days after it rains. One reason, grading. The builders here in Central Florida are very subpar we've noticed a lot of them do not grade the yards at all. So the water will not go downhill. It might for a little bit, but it'll just erode what dirt they put in when they grade the yard, and you're gonna have water sitting after that. Number two is the clay. A lot of clay is brought in here, which means we have a really, really shallow water table. So the water, I'm gonna do a diagram right here. Maybe, if I can find one on Google, that'd be helpful. Anyways, the water, when it rains, it's gonna come down through that real thin soil, through the grass layer, and it's gonna hit a water table. Once it hits there, it's gonna start coming back up. Here, we don't have a deep water table. There's nowhere for the water to go, nowhere to absorb it. We don't have thick soil. It's just clay underneath on all these new subdivisions. The D.H. Horton, Lennar homes, everywhere like that is experiencing the same issues. And you'll notice after a while, it gets washed out and you'll create valleys between the houses here. We also have the houses super close together. So if they don't have gutters or downspouts, that water is just gonna run off and erode. And we're gonna end up with wet spots in the yard. So you can see, actually, I'll take it off the tripod here. This is a good example right now. You can see this dark gray clay. It's dry whenever we're digging. Over there, it is bone dry. Right here where we have a low spot from the fence posts, water is coming in off the top, which means this isn't subsurface water, it's water that's sitting on the surface. We don't need to wrap rock and pipe and put it in a sleeve and drop it real deep and trench around here. We can do this very easily with just some catch basins and solid pipe, which is what we're doing today, what we do pretty much every day. Look at that big, strong man.
I'm a big, strong man.
See, we are getting to some red clay. This stuff is solid as could be.
That's the bow job that they bring in from Georgia to make our lives more difficult.
Keeps us in business. However, it is extremely hard to dig into. Best way we found around that, power tools. Makita, sponsor us, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more down here.
Got a T, so we're picking up a T. Side note, if you guys are doing this project yourselves,
Do not, whatever you do, do not use this right here.
no. If it makes these bends, don't do it. They're cheap, they're crappy. I know they look the same because these look the same on the sides. These will collapse. They don't have normal ones here, so.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer, they do sell them in 10-foot sections like this, just without the wrapping, just the pipe. You can do that, or
Green stripe, look for that green stripe.
Or you can buy pre-wrapped circular rolls of either 50 feet or 100 feet. When doing this yourself, those are what we would recommend.
Also get separate downspout connectors. These are super cheap. These little flexi poppy pull out accordion. That's not gonna last. These joints, don't use these. That's how squishy they are. That's not gonna do very good underground, okay? We'll go to another Home Depot or Lowe's on another video, teach you guys what to get. These, if you're gonna use joints, use these. These are more solid, these snap couplings. Much more sturdy. Mucho better. All right, let's get back to the job.
Yeah.
You looking for a job? Y'all, we just went on lunch. Went ahead and left this T-line open where the AC drip line is, just so y'all could see how much water these really put out. A lot of people think they're just dripping. When it's dripping all day though, non-stop, it's gonna cause a pool. See how deep that is on the shovel there. All we're doing with it is redirecting it down into our drain. Obviously we're gonna run a pipe right here that'll break this wall, and you can see.
I'm about to get this out of y'all right
now.
No,
you're good. I'm trying to do it one-handed. Just like that. We shall flow downhill once we have the pipe in here and do our T.
Yeah.
Drip line catch is in. Teed in, sod's back on.
Yep. This has so much more give. Yeah.
Just getting it done up front. I'll go help. Well, Lake Florida often does. Started raining, so I put the camera up. In that time, got the sod back on this last line here. Pop-up emitter right there for the sidewalk. Catch basin here to catch all the water. That way all these stains don't sit here from water. We'll just connect the pop-up emitter right there on the edge of the curb. Backfill, sod on, and we will be good for this job. All right, y'all, we're checking out here. Just finished the end of this job. All we got to do is rinse off our tarps and our shovels. Hopefully we can do that before it starts raining and really tests out this drain system we just installed. Joe, you got anything to add?
Give us a like, subscribe, check us out on Facebook. If you're looking for any tips or looking to get something like this done for your home or your business, check us out at tampadraindudes.com. There you can fill out a free quote request form and then get this whole process started.
Cool. Hopefully if you guys are doing this yourself, or if you're another contractor, maybe you learned something or at least found it a little bit. Wow, look at that AC drip. Pouring out there. My bad, ADHD. What was I saying? Hopefully you guys learned something or at least enjoyed this video a little bit. Try to keep these short, educational, hopefully help you out if you're doing it yourself or if you're a new contractor starting this business in the exterior drainage industry. Like Joe said, go ahead, like, and subscribe. You guys take care.